This is Brahma Singh, Chairman, Brahma Singh Horticulture Foundation. I'm a horticulture scientist who has served in DRDO Life Science Laboratories and at Rashtrapati Bhavan under Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, the People's President. My engagements are protected horticulture, SEABUCKTHORN, new age herbals, vegetable crops, value addition to horticulture produce, floriculture and plant nurseries, besides demonstration and dissemination of horticulture technologies under the newly formed foundation, the Professor Brahma Singh Horticulture Foundation. Now I come to the topic, SEABUCKTHORN, a Himalayan wellness crop. SEABUCKTHORN, most of the people do not know. I also did not know till 1990 when I was posted in one of the DRDO lab. At that time, it was known as Field Research Laboratory. Now, it is named as Defense Institute of High Altitude Research, Leh. There, one day, a group of farmers came along with some bush in their hand, some twigs of some bush, and they complained that, sir, this bush is spoiling our barley and wheat field. I saw the bush, I could not identify it. I took time from them and studied whatever little literature those days, difficult days, was available not in Leh but in Delhi. When I saw this crop mentioned in some of the literature, I found it is a gold mine. And this Ladakh is having a gold mine unknown to everybody. That's how I entered the research program of research in SEABUCKTHORN. And we worked hard at DIHAR or FRL and now have come up to the stage that we are having a webinar today. And a lot many products which my colleagues, the speakers, what the speakers will be talking about, are there in the market. And a good number of the factories or pharmaceuticals or other beverage producing the companies are there in the market. Anyway, you will come to know from the different speakers. But this plant, how it came into being in the on the world scenario. There is an interesting story behind that. Its botanical name is Hippophae, the genus Hippophae, and then different species, Rhamnoid, Salicifolia, Tibetana, or many more. But this Hippophae, how this Hippophae has been named, there is an interesting story. The Greeks, particularly that great Alexander the Great, his horses, aged horses, tired horses, were let loose in a jungle, happens to be SEABUCKTHORN jungle. And after some time, after a month or so, they found the horses were shining nicely and they were much more energetic. Then the soldiers also saw that a bush is there and they also ate the fruit of that. And based on that, this genus has been named Hippophae. Hippo means horse and phae means shine. So shining horse means good hairs on that. That is how it was, from where this journey started. Though in Indian literature, old literature, and elsewhere also, the mention about the SEABUCKTHORN is there. Another interesting story, the Mongolian king, Genghis Khan ji, was having the SEABUCKTHORN as one of the important aspects of their army. whatever preparations he did, SEABUCKTHORN was part of that. Then later on, Russian cosmonauts, they had this SEABUCKTHORN as one of the food items. And in some of the Olympics, some countries had this SEABUCKTHORN as the diet of that. Now I come to this SEABUCKTHORN topic. What I have to talk about, I have got number of my colleagues, Dr. Bhuvnesh Kumar, former director there in the past. I will introduce later. Dr. O.P. Chaurasia, director DIR at present. Then in place of Dr. Dwivedi, Dr. Bora is there because Dwivedi Saab got some urgent engagement somewhere. Then we have got a entrepreneur, Miss Amshu. You will hear her interesting, and I am hopeful that Agriculture Commissioner, Horticulture Commissioner, Dr. S.K. Malhotra will join us. So till that, I think I share the screen with you, my presentation about the SEABUCKTHORN, this a Himalayan wellness crop. You see that it's loaded with the fruits. And it has got three main species. I told you that hippophy, the story about the hippophy, how the hippophy is named. The hippophy main species throughout the world and in India also are hippophy rhamnites, which is most common and popular throughout the world, including Ladakh. Then second species is hippophy salicifolia. This salicifolia is prevalent in other parts of the India, the Himalayan states, other than the Union Territory Ladakh, say Uttarakhand, Sikkim, Arunachal Pradesh. The speakers will be, my colleagues will be talking about that. Then a very interesting one, the Hippopy tibetana, which likes height. It's on the very high altitudes. That is why the height is also small and had got more useful properties in comparison to rhamnide and salicifolia. Rhamnide is quite common. Number of products in the world are there of rhamnide. See, looks like that. Now I take you to the journey of what this SEABUCKTHORN is. SEABUCKTHORN is a much branched, lot of branches, thorny, full of thorn, deciduous. During winter months, the leaves fall down. Dioecious, male and female plants are separate. Anemophilous, the pollination is through winds because the flowers either you can't see it or they are not attractive one. And it can be a shrub, it can be a tree. The height up to 9 meters has been observed. And it suckers, means suckering is abundance. It spreads on its own. That's what I told you the story about the farmers. They were sick of this one before knowing the importance. And the interesting thing that it fixes atmospheric nitrogen at the rate of 180 kg per hectare per year, and not through this year rhizobium, but through Frankia. Those microbiologists have got the knowledge of nitrogen fixation through microbes. They must be knowing about it. Then it supports wildlife. It improves soil fertility, as I told you, the fixing nitrogen. Then checks vulnerability of soil to water and wind. You know, in Ladakh or in cold desert, the wind erosion is much prevalent than the water erosion. Water erosion is also there, but wind erosion is too much. So it checks that good quality. Then it bears enormous number of very small size orange to red, short shelf life, single seeded fruits. So very small fruits with a single seed. And we have got more than 100 hybrids or variety throughout the world in rhamnides only. Why I am laying emphasis on that, I will come little later. Then Hippophy salicifolia and tibetana are also naturally occurring in large acreage world over and awaiting adequate attention. That much attention is not there as on Ramonide. And most of the parts of this plant, parts means root, stem, leaves, and fruits, they are uniquely useful. What is that uniqueness? This uniqueness you see here, the different parts. The root is a fuel, fantastic fuel. I think the calorific value of that burning, etc. I don't know the subject, but they say it's very high. And it is used in remote areas, the source of fuel for the tribal poor people, those live in heights. No means of gas and electricity there. Then it fixes atmospheric nitrogen, I told you, and checks soil erosion. Then the bark. Bark has the pharmaceutical and cosmetic or cosmeceutical properties. Leaves, pharmaceutical and cosmetics is tea. Dr. Choresia will be talking about. And the food for we people, and then the animal and poultry feed or fodder for the double hump camel, we can say. Then it's a fruit. Fruit is having a juice. That juice is used for making the sport drinks, health drinks, food, beverages, and wine. Both pulp and seed, single seeded one, but that seed, both has got oil. That oil is quite useful. My colleague Dr. Bhuvnesh will be talking about that. Pharmaceuticals, nutraceuticals, and cosmeceuticals. All that three one. Then the pomace. Pomace is nothing but what is left after extracting the juice. That pomace is a excellent animal feed, and one can extract the food colors from that, and one can extract the uh, nutraceuticals from that, because the seed is a very rich one, and the seed is the part of pomace. Then the seed oil, exclusively seed oil. Seed oil is very expensive of the SEABUCKTHORN and in demand, and it's used for pharmaceutical, nutraceutical, and cosmetic one. Then the seed cake, what is left after extracting the oil, that cake also is a good food and feed and nutraceuticals. And the branches, they are fuel, fans, and fodder for the animal. So every part of the plant is used for the useful purposes. Now let us see, it's not India. India recognized SEABUCKTHORN after 1990. Though some sporadic studies, I will come little later, were done much earlier. The global distribution, there are more than 40 countries. I need not to read these. I think they are on the screen. Afghanistan and but the our neighbor China has got the maximum area. The total acreage of Hippopharamanites, the species which I said quite popular, is about 3 million hectares throughout the world. It is both cultivated and wild one. And approximately 90% of world's SEABUCKTHORN is found in China, what I was talking about. China, Mongolia, Russia, Northern Europe, and Canada. And out of these, also China is there at the top. So China is the major producer, user, exploiter of and propagator also of SEABUCKTHORN. Anyway, in India, area under SEABUCKTHORN wild growth is mostly wild growth. Only few charts now coming up. Is estimated around 13,000 hectares. China, the largest producer of Hippopharamanites, the large acreage are planted. See, they are still busy in planting, having the large acreage under SEABUCKTHORN to have the fruit production as well as the eco-environment improvement. This is important. We also need this in union territory. If somebody from the office of Honorable Governor of the UT Ladakh is listening to this, I think someone can make a note that we need to multiply it in border areas of this Ladakh, both on the Pakistan border as well as the China's border, and have the income and have the habitation there, which is lacking. Anyway, there are government is also not lacking behind. They are extending the support, though Dr. S.K. Malhotra will be elaborating all that. But I tell you, जिसको बोलते हैं मोटा मोटी, ये मोटा मोटा ये है कि आपका जो है सेंटर ऑफ एक्सलेंस आ गया है सीबकथोर्न में, जो कि मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ एग्रीकल्चर का है, हॉर्टिकल्चर डिवीजन से वो सपोर्ट हो करके फंडिंग वंडिंग हो गई है, बिल्डिंग बन रही है, चल रहा है, ठीक ठाक हो रहा है। इसके अलावा आपका नेशनल मेडिसिनल प्लांट बोर्ड NFPB जो मिनिस्ट्री ऑफ आयुष के अंदर आता है, ये लोग भी सपोर्ट करते हैं सीबकथोर्न को मल्टीप्लाई कराने में। और इसके अलावा सीबकथोर्न कल्टीवेशन से एनुअल रिटर्न पर हेक्टेयर वर्क्स आउट टू बी 0.2 crores. This what has been reported by one of the Seabuckthorn scientists, young scientist, Stobdan et al., who is working at the Leh. I wish he would have been with us. Anyway, local pulp, pulp and seed oil production by government support would add to return to the region, the local area there it is required. And there was a program of ICR, very popular program, NAIP, in which one project was funded to Himachal Pradesh, and there they have done the good work in the value addition to this. And of late, PPV-FRA, Plant Protection Variety Registration Authority, Government of India, they have recognized this crop and they have prepared the dust guideline, which are likely to be published shortly. And as I told you in the beginning, that there are number of varieties or hybrids. Though my time is over, but permit me to continue. I will try to wind up and give the chance to my colleagues to take over. India, we have started making selection, FRL selection something, and that at Kumkum Seri selections have been made. Some introduction of Russian variety, I'm told, has been done, and Hippophae silicifolia, a selection is there. Besides that, we have not done much in that. That area needs attention. You see the other countries, whether it is China or Canada, Turkey, Siberia, Russia, Mongolia, they got a lot many varieties, even hybrids they have got. And this is a fruit and a leaf field of the Seabuckthorn. This is something, you know, you have to wait for 3 to 4 years after planting it. And if you are sowing it with the seed, you have to wait for 5 to 6 years. Seabuckthorn orchard starts commercial production only after 8 years. That is a drawback. Then yield of Seabuckthorn plant varies according to the age management practice that you all know. I need not to say elaborate. This is just like for other crops, and it yields about 10 to 15 tons per hectare when it attains the age of 8 years or so. In Ladakh, natural conditions, average yield of ripe fruit from forest ranges from 0.6 to 2 kg per plant. Anyway, Dr. Chaurasia will cover that. About 2 to 300 quintals of fresh leaves. This Chaurasia will talk about that, and he will give you a product also of that. It is extracted and a good source of income to the people. Then that's what why I am praising it from the very beginning, because of this. It has got bioactives, not many bioactives, which can lead to phytomedicines. Some phytomedicines are there in the market also. I am not going to elaborate that. Dr. Bhuvnesh will cover that, but it contains the phytosterols, polysaturated fatty acids, organic acid, tocopherol, vitamin C. They say it is a one of the richest source of vitamin C, and that what Honorable Prime Minister of India, I think 1 year back or so, announced that it can meet the requirement of the globe. Vitamin C, so much is there. Then carotenoids, vitamin K, vitamin B complex, zinc, coumarins, and triterpenes, and polyphenolic compounds. And these things can be used as a phytomedicine, as I've said you, in the health or in maintaining the health, whether it is a treatment or is a preventive one. So these are the different things where it is being used. This is not a complete list. In lot many melodies it is being used. But the moti again, I'll say cancer therapy, cardiovascular health, immunomodulator, इम्यूनिटी को ऊपर भी ले जाएगा, नीचे भी ले जाएगा, आपको तंदुरुस्त रखेगा ये. Then dermal disease, skin disease नहीं होने देगा. Antioxidant is a radio protection. Dr. Madhubala and S.C. Goel worked on that. I think somebody will talk about that. Then the horse hair I talked about in the beginning. So hair health, then good feel factor. Then it possesses anti-nucleating protein. This is important. Anti-freeze factor. Delhi University Botany Department, Renu Deshwal is working. Very good work they're doing. I think Madam is doing wonderful work on that, and you will have some nanoparticles also shortly from that SEABUCKTHORN. And the important contribution this plant is making to the country, I need not to elaborate. There are a number of them. What I talked in the beginning, it gives the economic return, it takes care of the environment, it ejects the soil erosion, it sustains the wildlife and supports everything, food, feed, and other things there. Then there are n number of problems, but at the same time possibilities are also many. This is a bush, a tree full of thorn, so we have to develop and popularize the thornless variety. Fruit size is very small, so we have to improve the fruit size. Harvesting is conventional and difficult also. We have to find out the ways and means how to have the harvesting mechanism scientifically. Then suitable varieties, we have to develop the suitable varieties for that and cultivate them. Then the planting material, the mother orchards are not there. Planting material propagation requires, in each region we need it, whether it is Uttarakhand or Himachal Pradesh. Anyway, we need the nurseries, SEABUCKTHORN nurseries we need badly. Then vast natural growth. This vast natural growth is to be converted into orchard. We can uplift the trees and establish a orchard. Within no time, you can have a fresh orchard and the jungle can be converted in orchard. So you have got the win-win situation. From where you have removed the tree, that has also become the orchard instead of a jungle, and the new one which you have created, that has also become a orchard. Then in processing, we have got many problems. They are going on, but it can be dehydrated also, whether it can be solar dried, hot air dried, or freeze dried, whatever way we want to dehydrate it, it can be dehydrated. And the pomace handling is not that easy. We have to separate the seed and the skin, etc. And the fruit skin, good source of colors, food colors and carotenoids, the seeds. I think Dr. Bhuvnesh will be talking about all that oil, etc. And the leaves, Dr. Chaurasia's field of that tea, etc. are there. There can be produced. Then and many value-added products are there in the market. I think they will be showing it. I have listed is the juice, bio, oil, curd, honey, ice cream. All these products are there in the market. Biscuit are also there. Herbal tea also there. And the health products, number of them. From DRDO and other places also. The DPAS products are there. I think Dr. Bhuvnesh will make a mention of that. Then SBT needs to be made more popular by developing the technologies and train the farmers and others. Just a glimpse of products of SEABUCKTHORN. You can see number of them there. My colleagues will be talking about them, I am sure. And see, what I am talking about is not a Brahma Singh's work or a single individual's work. Many people have worked on that. And I think in the beginning I told you that earlier some research was done here. It's not that research started from 1990. No, there is a reference that in 1962, studies on tumor inhibitory activity of indigenous drug, and that indigenous drug was from Hippophis salicifolia, which we have not yet exploited. So research in this country was there, but attention was not that much. Then I have to acknowledge the work done by a number of them. Some of them are left also. I beg excuse from them, but some of them I have listed here. The Dr. D.P. Atre, S.K. Dwivedi, Ranjit Singh, Basant Vallabh, T. Stopdan, and other scientists. मुखर्जी साहब ने बहुत काम किया है बायो उस पे, गोयल साहब ने किया है, प्रोफेसर वीरेंद्र सिंह ने किताबें बहुत लिखी हैं, कुमकुम शेरी में बड़ा अच्छा स्टेशन एस्टेब्लिश किया है। डॉक्टर रेणु देसवाल जी ने, जो कि मैंने आपको बताया था, उनका सिग्निफिकेंट कंट्रीब्यूशन इन अंडरस्टैंडिंग stress biology of SEABUCKTHORN using proteomics approach and antifreeze protein purifications her team has done, and nano biotechnological applications for detoxification of the fabric dye and the contaminated water, etc. They are working upon. Then I'm thankful to all the directors from 1990 of that DIHAR and the Life Science Group of Laboratories. They all contributed, the scientists and staff, they have contributed that. I'm thankful to them. Now I conclude here. The SEABUCKTHORN, SEABUCKTHORN, I talked about the three things about this. The scientifically it requires the extensive study. Something has been done on Ramanide, but salicifolia and Tibetana, they are waiting. The scientists should see the good thing of salicifolia and Tibetana, because they have got the better, I think in some of the constituents they are better than the Ramanide. Then economically, great return. And where you will get the natural and organic thing. This is the era of natural and organic, and you are having it. You are having as a God gift. One should use it, and for the health purposes, it's a storehouse of nutrient, etc. And the other speaker will also be talking about that. And the SEABUCKTHORN industry has the potential to become to be a major foreign exchange earner, and the product should be marketed well and made affordable for common man. This is my request to those industries. Kindly make the product affordable by the common man so that everybody can take the advantage. And there is a need of a coordinated approach and consolidated research and development by ICFR, ICAR, and all the research laboratories, research wings, scientific wings of the country, including the state agriculture universities. And the potential plant for orcharding, that's what I said in the beginning, Indo-China border and Pakistan border. We need badly, I lay emphasis on that we need badly the plantation of this there, so that people can have the income there, they can stay there and make the area habitable and just repel those who try to capture that. So here is the organic one. Anyway, local for vocal, whatever is there. So I think viewers, you must have had the wonderful evening with the SEABUCKTHORN, and if you start using SEABUCKTHORN product, you will be much more energetic. And next time you can stay with me for 3 hours instead of the more than 2 hours. So that will give that much strength. And in pandemic area, it builds up the immunity. These days, immunity, everybody knows, even the school children know what immunity is, and this is the best candidate to build up the immunity, the SEABUCKTHORN and SEABUCKTHORN products. So with these words, I again profusely thank the sponsor, National Academy of Agriculture Sciences, to be associated with the SEABUCKTHORN, a crop like SEABUCKTHORN, and NAS taking interest. It has got some meaning, at least for me, who just got into it somewhere in 1990. SEABUCKTHORN, I did not know anything, and others also did not know much about that. So I think NAS is very active in seeing such thing, where the emphasis is to be laid, or where the new crops are to be brought, because we have to work for the future crop, and this is one of the future crop. That's what Dr. Malhotra has also said, that they have declared it horticulture crop. It was a forest, the forest produced, it was coming, and there were not many problems. I was wondering how the orchard can be made out of the wild growth. It's very easy. Trees can be lifted and transplanted. Trees can be lifted and transplanted. The same technology can be applied there. The SEABUCKTHORN bush, at a certain, giving the spacing, etc., doing some homework, that what spacing we have to leave, those plants can be lifted to make the way to go for harvesting, etc. And the lifted bush can be transplanted at a new place. So you have got a garden, new garden also, you have got improved the natural growth, also converted into a orchard. I think I have made the point clear that the bush aren't to be lifted when they are dormant. See, the dormancy is there, it is a plus point, not the evergreen one where problem is there. There won't be much problem here. Only thing we have to just do it experimentally, not that plan, use this one. Somebody should fund the project and have a small trial somewhere, anywhere, whether it is in Ladakh or Himachal Pradesh or even Arunachal Pradesh or this Uttarakhand. Uttarakhand has got lot of salicifolia. And see, I don't know whether all these SEABUCKTHORN workers know it or not. The largest area in Ladakh, followed by Uttarakhand, Then comes the Himachal Pradesh. So with these words, I thank one and all the viewers, the NAS, and the one who has sponsored it, SEABUCKTHORN beverages. And you people have given me a gift. Today being my birthday, you people have seeing the SEABUCKTHORN. You people really encouraged me, and I will be. I think whatever life is left or years I have to live, I will be working more vigorously on SEABUCKTHORN. With these words, good night, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year.